Across the Board with Ian the Colonel here on hawkradio.org and acrosstheboardradio.com. One of my favorite, and Colonel, I know you dig these guys as well, up-and-coming new bands has got to be coming out of Leeds, England, none other than Scars on 45. And we have Danny with us right now. There's a little bit of road noise, but that's because they are on the road right now touring. So, Danny, welcome to the show.
Hi, guys. How you doing?
Good.
Very well, man. Things are good. I know you guys are touring through the mountains right now, or at least driving through the mountains on tour, and that's actually how we found out about you guys. We had a contest winner. We gave away tickets to go see Ingrid Michaelson at the 930 Club in D.C., and our contest winner called us afterwards and said, Ingrid Michaelson was great, loved the show, but you guys got to check out this band, Scars on 45. They were amazing. So we did. Looked into.
Very nice of her.
Yeah, looked into it, and it was her, yeah. And it was great, man. Love what we've heard from you guys so far, and said we have to get them on the show. So,
yes.
Danny, let's talk a little bit about you guys are kind of a newer up and coming band. So let's talk a little bit about the background of the band. You used to be a professional soccer player, as we call it soccer in the U.S. You would call it football, but broke your foot and ended up, I guess, falling into music that way. Talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, I mean, it was many, many years ago. I mean, where we come from in England, there's kind of your entire life is geared around playing some kind of sport. So my sport of choice was soccer. Yeah, I call it soccer. I've been in America now long enough to call it soccer. Yeah. Whenever I say I used to play football, people look at me with complete disillusion because I'm not built for an American football player. So I used to play soccer in England, and I played till I was like 20, 21. And then unfortunately I broke my foot, and there was kind of, my career came to an end, and it was a case of, right, what do I do with myself now? And luckily there was an acoustic guitar laying around the house, and I taught myself a few chords and kind of roped my friends into joining a covers band, and we just stuck at it over a few years, and then finally we were all friends of friends, and we kind of came together and formed a band.
And you and Amy both sing lead vocals, and it's really beautiful. It's haunting. I love the way you guys work together. But a lot of songwriting, especially from what I've read in my research about your songwriting, comes from, for you, it seems to come organically. I mean, you said the songs kind of flow out of you from nowhere. But they're songs about pain and heartache and that sort of thing. Do you think that if you had a happy, if you were in love and that kind of thing, would that change your songwriting, or can you still access those emotions? I asked, like, Death Cab for Cutie. Right. Their music changed. Ben started writing different music once he got married. Now he's divorced. I mean, I don't know if it'll change again. So how does that affect you? I mean, how, the ups and downs of life?
I think it definitely affects your kind of mood, but I wouldn't necessarily say that it would kind of, for me, change the things that I wrote about. I mean, a lot of them songs were put together over like a period of time. Do you know what I mean? It's kind of, It was only kind of natural that some of the subject matter that's in that album is kind of what I went through kind of over the few, that period of a few years. But
right.
I mean, who knows, if I fall in love, maybe we'll be writing out about something like, fluffy bunnies and kind of, candy corn and all that kind of stuff. Who knows?
Candy corn and fluffy bunnies. That's their next album title right there.
But it's kind of, we're kind of a band that, I mean, it's kind of, we spent a lot of time writing, and we had a big, huge selection of songs, and it kind of, that really kind of covered a whole, a variety of subject matter, but it just so happened that we felt that those were the best songs, so, that's just the way it goes sometimes. Sometimes you get kind of a bunch of songs which have a running theme going through them, and other times you get, 10 or 12 songs which are about different things, but, the next album will probably be, like I said, about fluffy bunnies and candy corn.
I like it.
You guys are getting a lot of critical acclaim as well. You're getting it from reputed places like Entertainment Weekly, but another place that seems to be getting really good recommendations lately is Amazon. Their MP3 and their music service has really been stepping up, and they've recommended you guys as one of the top. I think you were number 7 on the top 50 best albums of 2012 so far, and last year you had a top. They were considered. You guys had top 3 single of the year or something like that. I mean,
that's right. Yeah.
What does that do for you guys as well as to push you forward? What does that do for inspiration?
Well, it kind of does a lot for us, really. I mean, to be honest, when you read them kind of things, I still don't really think that it doesn't really hit you. Do you know what I mean? It's like
Right.
when the song "Give Me Something" was like vote of the top 3 song of 2011. It was like, there was like Foster the People, which was number 1, and then Adele or something. And for us, it didn't really register. Do you know what I mean? Because those are bands and artists which are in a completely different league to us. So when we see things like that, although it kind of gives you a kind of pat on the back and makes you kind of think, wow, like we must be doing something right, it never really kind of hits home, and I don't think it will do until kind of this travelling circus finishes, But, it's just that Amazon have been amazing for us, and, so iTunes has been fantastic, and I we still find it quite difficult to kind of believe all the support that these amazing people are giving us. It's so flattering, and I can't quite believe it, to be honest.
Again, across the board with Ian the Colonel here with Danny Bemrose from Scars on 45. The album is out right now. It is Scars on 45, and featuring Heart on Fire and Give Me Something. These guys are on tour right now. Go see them. Now, really getting signed to Atlantic Records and their Chop Shop label helped you out as well, because they put you out on CSI New York and all of these incredible shows, Grey's Anatomy and all of those, and that really helped promote you as well. I feel you guys have the talent to get up there with other great artists in the world, especially English artists such as Adele that you mentioned, Florence and the Machine, that sort of stratospheric rise. I think it's coming soon for you guys. But where can fans stay in touch with you guys? I know scarson45.com is the official website. Do you guys stay in touch with fans on Facebook, on Twitter, any of that?
Social networking sites is kind of, it's such an important tool for any band nowadays. It doesn't matter what size you are.
Right.
It's just so essential that you keep on top of it. And for us, for a band that's main kind of passion in doing what we're doing is meeting new people and kind of doing gigs and hanging out with fans that come and watch us, it's kind of, like I said, it's an essential tool to keep in touch with them, and it's something we'll always do, really.
Do you think that, now you guys have used a lot of your music has been used in numerous TV shows, popular shows, One Tree Hill, Warehouse 13. What do you think? Did you ever imagine that was going to be part of the repertoire once you started singing and started making music? Did you ever feel like that was going to be in your future?
Well, you know what? When I was growing up and kind of, I want to say, when I finished playing soccer and kind of myself and Stu and started getting into music, it was probably like early 2000s, and it's like there was kind of like a period around the early part of like 2001, 2002, 2003, where a lot of bands started getting their kind of music heard on TV shows, but it was kind of classed within the music magazines and industry in England that it was kind of selling out. Do you know what I mean? To have your music used on an advert on a TV show was just selling out. And to me, it's like, in this day and age when, we all know that kind of people don't sell as many records as they used to, it's become an essential tool for people to get, kind of get their music heard by as many people as possible. For us, for when we started out the band, our aim was to kind of get our music, like I said, heard by as many people as possible.
Right.
And it just so happens that in this day and age, that TV is the way to do that. So, we embrace it with open arms, really, completely.
And it did help. It helps a lot of artists, too. I know AWOL Nation got a huge kick from Fox using Sail, their hit single, through a lot of the football season as well, or at least American football season. And, that does give it a lot of push to be featured in something where people can see you and you get a lot more exposure to millions and millions of people at one time.
And without a doubt, and it kind of, when you kind of see one of your songs, and if it's used correctly in the correct manner with a good scene in a TV show, it breathes new life into the song, and kind of we've experienced that numerous times when we've seen our music on a TV show. It's just bred new life into it.
Yeah, because I know David Wakeling, we got a chance to speak with him a few years ago, and he was talking about how hearing your songs in other media is great unless it's used properly. You don't want a song to be,
You want to
higher energy song to be used
in a murder scene.
Right, in a murder scene.
Yeah, exactly.
It's all
Yeah,
about how it's
exactly.
used.
Totally.
Yeah. And from what I've read in your bio, Noel Gallagher of Oasis really helped push you guys as well. That's sarcasm.
Yeah, that's sarcasm. Yeah, he was big. Well, he was a big influence in us deciding to get a name because
Right.
yeah, if we hadn't met him, we probably still wouldn't have a name now. So thank you, Noel, for that. I appreciate it.
Hey, there you go. See, inspiration. It's a lot. I like Scars on 45, but it's a heck of a lot better than what is it? Noel Gallagher's Flying Vulture Circus.
High Flying Birds.
Yeah, whatever. That one's genius there. Again,
yeah,
sarcasm.
I think he was having a bad day when he put that name.
Yeah, right. And I love the story that Amy, had never been a professional singer before. Amy Driver in the band, but she was friends with Nova, right? And he heard her singing along to a Cure song, "Friday I'm in Love," which is one of my favorite Cure songs.
Fantastic song.
And said, "You've got to be in the band." Amazing how that works out, because the interplay between your two voices, and that she can represent one side of a couple or a struggle in a story. I think it's really, really unique. Talk about her, I guess, dynamic when she came into the band.
Well, we were kind of like a band that was just we weren't really a band, to be honest. We just kind of used to go down to our friend's house and record lots of acoustic demos. That's what we used to do. And I think a song called Insecurity, which is on the album, and we were just demoing it, doing an acoustic demo. And for some reason, never really thought about it before, but there was a part right at the very end which I really fancied a female vocalist to sing on it. And so I was asking everyone in the band, do you know any female vocalists? And there was like, no, don't know any female. We didn't know anyone really, to be fair. And then, I'd known Amy before, met Amy before, and Nova had known her for years. And she used to kind of come and watch old bands of ours. And Nova rang me up one day in a panic, saying that I think I found the person. I think I found Amy can do it. Amy can do it. So she came round and she sang this part. And as soon as she kind of opened her mouth, it was like, well, yeah, we need Amy. So we kind of she sang on one song, and then she sang on two songs, and then 3 songs, and 4 songs, and eventually it became a point where she was singing on everything that we did. So it was like, well, yeah, she's in the band now, I suppose. So, but it's just been, the fact that we can sing. It's just really easy for us to sing together. Really, I don't understand why, but it just feels. It's just kind of sometimes when you sing with someone, it just clicks, and that's definitely the issue with me and him. I think it's really a nice partnership to be in with.
Yeah, it works.
Yes,
however you guys found each other,
does.
it's amazing. Whether it was destiny or whatever, but the entire band just meshes together so well. It's amazing. Danny, if you knew the world, you only had maybe 10 minutes, 15 minutes left in your life, it was all coming to an end, hopefully on a good note, what is the last song that you would want to sing or you hear or perform? It can be yours or anybody else's, but the last song that you hear or perform.
The last song that I hear or perform?
Yeah.
I mean, it's got to be, I don't know, that's the toughest question going, but
Hey, we try.
It's got to be something like, let me think. I'm going to have to go for a Beatles one, I'm sorry.
Okay.
I've got to go for, that's kind of, in England, the Beatles are the first band that you get into the Beatles as pretty much as soon as you're born. You really are, it's kind of, with the Beatles, we learn Beatles songs as hymns in school when we grew up. So I'd probably go for something that took me back to my childhood. So I'd probably say something like, I'm going to say Love Me Do. Just Love Me Do.
Okay, yeah, great answers. Again, that's another answer we haven't had. Love Me Do, great. Any Beatles song is good, though. You can't miss with a Beatles song for sure.
Yeah.
No, not at all.
Absolutely. And again, Scars on 45 is out right now. You can get it on iTunes. It is their debut album. And again, Heart on Fire and Give Me Something are the singles off of it right now. But again, every band that we have, almost every band that we have on this show, every single track off the album is good. So it's important that you don't go out and buy just Heart on Fire or Give Me Something. Buy the entire album, because these guys put a lot of work and emotion and heart and soul into it. And Danny, tell everybody why they have to come see you on tour. We always talk about that music should be experienced, not just heard. And of course, that's how we found out about you, a recommendation from someone who was blown away by your live show. But what can fans expect seeing you live?
just want people, when people come and see us live, I just want people to come and have a good time. Do you know what I mean? It's like we give everything, and this is our life. We've been doing this for 18 months, so the live show is just, we kind of put so much energy and effort into it. It's kind of, when I was growing up, it's all very nice, kind of listening to your favourite album, but you want to go see it played live, and you want to feel some kind of connection to the band. So, I mean, we people that come and see us live, we give everything we've got, and then after the gig, we'll be there till the very last person leaves. We want to meet everyone and say hello to them and spend time with them, really.
Go buy Scarzone 45, and if you happen to be in England, go check out Huddersfield Town Football Club. That's Danny's old team, and support those guys as well. Danny, we appreciate it. I'm E. He's the Colonel. We'll be back here in a few minutes on Across the Board on hawkradio.org.
And acrosstheboardradio.com.